Annie, will you call the roll?
Mayor Chesley,
Here.
Vice Mayor Rice, Councilman Albright,
Here.
Town Manager Hicks.
Here.
Vice Mayor Rice is excused tonight due to a family emergency. He's out of town for a number of days. We have approval of minutes, two sets of minutes on the agenda tonight. The December 1st town meeting minutes and the December 22nd work session minutes. I move that the minutes be approved as presented.
Second.
Are there any corrections or additions?
I saw none.
And I have none. All those in favor of approving the minutes as presented signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The minutes will be approved as presented. We have, Annie, would you read the permits report?
Building, use, and occupancy sign permits issued during the month of December 2014. Building permits, December 2nd, Ira and Jessica Gum, 45 Mattingly Avenue for a fence. December 12th, Vivint Solar Inc. for William Atkinson, 5 Leslie Drive solar panels. December 12th, Vivint Solar Inc. for Robert Steele, 400 Indian Head Avenue solar panels. December 22nd, K2NC LLC, 25 East Poplar Lane, renovation to existing home. December 23rd, MBC Services LLC, 4617 Strauss Avenue, single-family dwelling. Use and occupancy permit. December 30th, AMT Homes LLC, 124 Woodland Drive, renovated existing home. No temporary use and occupancy permits and no demolition permits. Grading permits, December 23rd, MBC Services LLC, 4617 Strauss Avenue. No sign permits and no temporary sign permits.
Thank you, Annie. Are there any questions on the permits reports?
I have none.
Does anybody in the audience have a question on the permits report? Seeing none, then we'll move on to the finance report. Ginger?
December 2014, beginning cash balance, $564,159.23. Total revenues, $112,293.55. Total expenditures, $423,980.44, with an ending cash balance of $252,472.34. Total investments are $1,005,123.24.
Town managers report. Ryan will give the town managers report, code enforcement report. And code enforcement report. There was no planning commission last month.
Town Manager's Report, December 2014. Please have your trash curbside by 7:30 a.m. on the day of your scheduled pickup. New members are still needed for the Board of Zoning Appeals, Planning Commission, and Ethics Commission. Work on a connected trail is almost complete. All that remains is signage and one crosswalk across 210. We're waiting to do the crosswalk across 210, waiting for Washington Gas to come back and repave and do the brick pavers. Please contact the Town Hall if you'd like to have a new 95-gallon toter for recycling delivered to your home or place of business. Washington Gas Line. Washington Gas is installing a gas line through town and onto the base. The gas line work is complete. They will be making repairs to the road and the brick pavers over the next few months. Once again, that's why we're waiting to do our crosswalk for our connected trail. Boardwalk. All SHA comments have been addressed by Arrow Consulting. The funding has been reinstated. Water towers located on Town Street and Diefenbach Court were cleaned and inspected over the past few months. The leaf vacuum truck is no longer in operation for the season. All leaves must be in a container labeled yard waste or in lawn and leaf bags. And last but not least, the town has already experienced a water main break, and that water main break was located on Indian Head Highway. Code Enforcement Report, December 2014. The town issued 27 notices of violations during the month of December. 1 tree and shrub, 4 trash and debris, 14 rental license violations, 2 vehicle violations, 2 work performed without a permit, 2 property maintenance, and 2 miscellaneous violations. 1 was an open burning and 1 was a noise violation. The town also performed 11 rental inspections during the month of December.
Thank you, Ryan. I have one comment on the gas line work that Ryan mentioned earlier. The gas line work, as I understand it, is complete through town, but I still see them up there doing some work in Bryan's Road, so I don't believe the gas line is charged yet for use, so.
It's not charged yet for use. I know they were in the midst of some testing. They did some testing here about, you say, Karen, about 2-3 weeks ago. They did do some testing to the lines, and we haven't had the status on that.
They're still accepting applications, right?
Absolutely. Applications can be picked up at the Town Hall, 4195 Indian Head Highway in Indian Head, Maryland.
Are there any other questions on the reports that the manager gave? Seeing none, then we'll move on to community affairs.
First of all, the fire chief is under the weather and he will not be here. I heard from him on my way in, so. Let's see, our first community activities meeting will be on Tuesday, January 13th, here in the pavilion. It will start at 6 o'clock instead of the usual 7 p.m. I sent out emails to the committee members that have them, and I will also, well, you should be getting it in the mail if you don't have email. We do have some ladies that don't have email. But of course, anybody's welcome to come to the meeting if they'd like to. The 2015 countywide household hazardous waste drop-off commences in April. And also the 2015 flea market season will commence in May, which of course we all know those months will be here before we know it. So I'm just bringing that up. Sunday, March 22nd is our annual town spring Easter party from 2 to 4 here in the building. It's a $2 admission for all ages. If you're under 1, you don't pay, but it's $2 for everybody else, and that includes your lunch and your the 4-H bunnies, Easter bunny pictures are an additional $1, and we'll have guessing games, carnival games, and that kind of thing. Anybody that's looking to volunteer, we're always welcoming them with open arms. So anybody that would like to, you can contact me at my email address, Karen@IndianHead. Oh, wait a minute, that's not my. Thank you. Karen@townofIndianhead.org, or you can call me at 240-375-4061. We had a year full of lots of events and activities, and of course, that wouldn't be made possible if it weren't for our wonderful core group of volunteers from community activities, and also the ladies and gentlemen who pitch in and help out for every event. We do a lot of activities that we offer for the community, and if it weren't for their assistance, we wouldn't have them. So they deserve a lot of praise. Okay, something from the community. Our Indian Head Moose Lodge, which is located on Town Street here in the town, is holding a paintball turkey shoot, and it is for children ages, well, 9 and up. It's mainly centered towards children. It's on Saturday, January 10th and 24th, and it's from 1 to 4. And if you have any questions, you can call John at 240-286-5260. I smell oil. Do you smell oil?
Oil Volay.
Oh, really? I smell, okay. We don't have oil here, so. All righty. That's it. That's all I have. Does anybody have any questions or? We'll put our calendar together of events for 2015. We'll discuss it on the 13th, and then I'll run it through the town manager shortly after that, and then we'll get it published and start getting it out in the community.
You want to make an introduction?
I sure can. I would love to. I would like to introduce our Charles County Sheriff's Office District 2 Commander, Lieutenant John Norris, who came to be with us tonight. And please, if you'll come up and say a few words. And Lieutenant Norris was actually our community police officer back in 2002 to about 2003 and a half. And anyway, and now he's back as the district commander, and I'm excited to work with him again, as is Officer Elliott, who is also out and under the weather tonight, though he's not here. But anyway, please come up and so they can put a face with a name and say a few words, please.
Wow, talk about getting put on the spot. Thanks for the invitation. I do smell oil. It smells like kerosene or something, maybe exhaust. Maybe that's what it was, exhaust. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for the invitation to come down and talk to everybody, or to come. I was invited to the town's Christmas luncheon for their employees, which was nice. It's good to be back in Indian Head. I've worked over here throughout my career, and it's good to be back. If anybody has any questions or needs anything, you can get a hold of me directly or get a hold of Karen, because I talk to her often. Thanks. Thank you.
We have nobody from Charles County Recreation. As Karen just said, Officer Elliott is under the weather, so we'll have a community policing report tonight. There's no briefings. We'll proceed with presentations, recognitions, resolutions, ordinances, and petitions. We have one resolution and one ordinance on the agenda tonight. The resolution is a charter amendment resolution, so it will be it's on the agenda tonight for introduction. Will not be adopted until next month. It's a resolution for charter amendment regarding mayor and council salaries. Salaries haven't been updated or revised in over a decade, so maybe two, I don't know.
At least.
Annie, would you read the resolution?
Resolution number 01-01-15, introduced by Mayor and Council, date introduced January 5th, 2015, date adopted tentatively February 2nd, 2015, date effective tentatively March 24th, 2015. A resolution concerning charter amendment, mayor and council salaries for the purpose of amending the charter of the town of Indian Head to increase the salaries for the mayor and members of the town council, commencing with the term of office for the mayor and members of the town council to be elected in May 2015. By repealing and reenacting with amendments Charter of the Town of Indian Head, Article 2, the Council, Section 2-3. Be it resolved by the Council of the Town of Indian Head that Section 2-3 of the Charter of the Town of Indian Head is repealed and reenacted with amendments to read as follows. Article 2, the Council, Section 2-3, Salaries. The mayor shall receive an annual salary of $3,000 and council members shall receive an annual salary of $2,500, except that commencing with the term of office for the mayor and council members to be elected in May 2015, the mayor shall receive an annual salary of $6,000 and a council member shall receive an annual salary of $5,000. Provided, however, that the salary specified in this charter section shall not be changed for the mayor or members of council during the term of which they are elected. And be it further resolved by the town council of the town of Indian Head that if any provision of this resolution or the application thereof to any person or circumstance is held invalid for any reason, such invalidity shall not affect the other provisions or any other application of this resolution, which can be given effect without the invalid provisions or application, and to this end, all the provisions of this resolution are hereby declared to be severable. And be it further resolved by the Town Council of the Town of Indian Head that the date of adoption of this resolution is February 2nd, 2015, and the amendment to the Charter of the Town of Indian Head hereby enacted shall become effective on March 24th, 2015, 50 days following enactment of this resolution, unless a proper petition for referendum hereon shall be filed as permitted by law, provided a complete and exact copy of this resolution shall be continuously posted on the bulletin board in the town hall until 50 days following enactment of this resolution, and provided further that a copy of the title of this resolution shall be published in the Maryland Independent, a newspaper of general circulation in the town of Indian Head, or in any other newspaper of such general circulation, once in each of the weeks beginning February 2nd, February 9th, February 16th, and February 23rd, 2015. And be it further resolved by the Town Council of the Town of Indian Head that the Clerk of Council is hereby specifically commanded to carry out the provisions of Section 3 of this resolution, and as evidence of such compliance, the clerk shall cause to be maintained appropriate certificates of publication of the newspaper or newspapers in which the title of the resolution shall have been published, and if a favorable referendum is held on the charter change, the mayor shall declare the charter hereby enacted to be effective on the date provided by law. And be it further resolved by the Town Council of the Town of Indian Head that as soon as the charter amendment hereby enacted shall become effective, either as provided herein or following a referendum, the Clerk of Council shall send to the Department of Legislative Services of Maryland a copy of this resolution showing the number of members of the council voting for and against it, and a report on the votes cast for or against the charter hereby enacted at any referendum thereon and the date of such referendum.
Thank you, Annie. Are there any questions on the proposed charter amendment? Seeing none, then we'll move on to the ordinance.
You're only reading the changes, right?
Oh, she's reading all 36 pages.
Yeah, prepare yourselves.
Sorry, she's only reading.
Ordinance on the agenda tonight, ordinance number 04-01-13.
Yes, it maintains the original ordinance number. It's just amendments to the text.
Even the title is too long to read. Annie, will you read or highlight the appropriate amendments to the charter? Basically, this amendment, or this ordinance, is implementing amendments that are required to conform with the state of Maryland model stormwater floodplain designation ordinance.
Okay, majority of it were just basic changes, and we do have 2 available copies where you can review any changes that were made. I have them here tonight, and you'll also be able to review them at the town hall. Just a few of the ones that were larger changes. Article 2, 65.11, edited existing definitions for coastal A-zone, elevation certificate, flood opening, flood proofing certificate, historic structure, letter of map change, substantial damage, and substantial improvement, and they added a new definition for mixed-use structure, and they relettered the remaining section just to go with the new definitions. 65.46, they deleted a paragraph because as it was currently written in the ordinance, no variance is required to substantially improve in a historic structure, so the sentence was unnecessary, and it would cause confusion, so they took it out. And then they added a sentence at the request of FEMA Region 3. I'll just read you the sentence. Good and sufficient cause deals solely with the physical characteristics of the property and cannot be based on the character of the improvement, the personal characteristics of the owner/inhabitants, or local provision that regulates standards other than health and public safety. Other than that, the remainder of the changes were simple text changes or, spacing or spelling and things like that. But they are available for your review if you'd like to review them.
The purpose of this ordinance is to implement the amendments to conform our floodplain regulations with the state model, which will then enable citizens of the town of Indian Head to get flood insurance at reasonable rates rather than a non-conforming rate, which would be much higher. Basically, there are no homes built in the floodplain, but you might still need flood insurance if you're near a drainage way, because sometimes in extreme storms we do get some relatively high runoffs that might impact your property. But there has, to my knowledge, there has never been any significant storm damage from floods. That's why we're doing this, is to enable people to be able to get flood insurance if they so want at reasonable rates. This ordinance will be on the agenda again next month for adoption. Ordinances are by requirement introduced in 1 month and then adopted at a second meeting, and normally that occurs the following month. And that finishes that. We have no unfinished business, no new business. So I'll read the announcement of upcoming meetings and then open the floor for citizens' comments. Upcoming meetings and events: Indian Head Business Association, no meeting in January. Green Team will be meeting on Thursday, January 8th at 7 p.m. here in the Village Green Pavilion. Community Activities Committee will meet on Tuesday, January 13th at 6 p.m. here in the Village Green Pavilion. Town Hall, Community Affairs, and Public Works will be closed on Monday, January 19th. Note there will be no trash pickup on Monday, January 19th. Planning Commission will have a meeting on Tuesday, January 20th at 7 p.m. here in the Village Green Pavilion. Town Council Work Session will be held on Monday, January 26th at 1 p.m. in the Town Hall. And the next town meeting will be on Monday, February 2nd at 7:30 p.m. here in the Village Green Pavilion. So at this time, then, I will open the floor for citizens' comments.